I will try to keep the video short so you don't need to suffer through the whole movie. So, first of all, many of you guys have problems with your dogs. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because I don't want you to end up surrendering your dog to the shelter. I don't want you to have to put your dog down, and I don't want your family to be in danger. So, give me a couple of minutes, I'm going to address the whole thing. So we're looking at dogs who suddenly change behaviors. And we're looking at behaviors that are not normal to the dog. Rule number one, there may be a medical condition that your dog is going through and he needs help. Step number one, as soon as you see a behavior that is not natural to your dog, the first thing you do is you separate the dog and have him being in a controlled area. That could be a hallway, it could be a room, put a baby gate on. If you don't have a baby gate, get a table. Set that table up, it blocks the entrance. Everybody has a plastic foldable table somewhere in the garage. Everybody has a piece of fence, whatever, to block that door so the dog doesn't get out. Okay, rule number one. Rule number two, you pick up the phone and you call your vet. This is what's happening, my dog suddenly changed behaviors. Okay, now, your veterinarian is not a magician and is not a psychic. He has no clue what happens to your dog. So the first thing he's going to say, you have to make an appointment. Great, that's good. You have an appointment, that's good. Now once you have that appointment, you're not off the hook. The next thing you have to do is create the environment for your dog that is safe, so your dog doesn't end up in another problem. In the meantime, while your dog is safe, you do business as usual. Your dog gets out for a walk as usual. Your dog gets fed as usual. The only thing your dog has is no access to a situation that he got in trouble with. Another dog, a child, a neighbor. He starts barking at the fence at the yard for some people. So you don't expose your dog to a situation that he can fail. Good? Now, the other thing you want to consider, that your dog, if he has a medical issue, he's very sensitive. Sensitive around his head if he has an ear infection. Sensitive around his back if he has a constipation. He may have a problem with his legs, so he will not be able to do certain things that he usually did. Getting off the bed, getting off the couch. Your dog is likely to try to retreat from this problem and go back to his bed with his crate. On a bed that he feels comfortable and feels safe about that. In a room that he feels he's safe from other distractions. Give him access to that room even if you don't like it. You don't have the problem, the dog has the problem. So he has the priority, right? So now that we have the dog safe and now we don't expose him to other triggers, now we have to start thinking about the situation. What did change from the moment your dog shows the first behavior all the way back to a month? Was the dog at the veterinarian? Okay, what happened there? Why was the dog there? Well, he was itchy and went to the vet and he was prescribed the medication, blah, blah, blah. Keep that in mind, because the dog may be allergic or have a reaction to that medication, okay? You keep that in mind, grab the bottle, put it on the side, you're gonna go online and look at the side effects of that vaccinations in dogs, okay? Now, you keep that in mind because if you go to the vet, you need to bring that bottle with you or that prescription drug or whatever you use to your dog. Did your dog got a vaccination? Important. Find those papers that your dog got the vaccinations from. Go online and search that particular vaccinations that is on that paper that you got from your vet. Does it have side effects? Okay? We call them vaccinosis side effects. Good? You keep that in mind, put it aside. Then you go back to timeline, find out what else did we happen. Oh, the new neighbor moved in. Oh, okay. So that's new. Good, the dog didn't like that. Did anything happen around that area? Well, yeah, the neighbor came over and because he was friendly, we brought him back in and the dog starts reacting on that. Put that aside, put it in your list, okay? That's a behavior thing, okay? That's an environmental trigger. The other one is a medical trigger. Now we continue down the line. Did we do anything to the dog? Yeah, he went to the groomer last week and the groomer gave him the shampoo he liked. Well, okay, since then the dog starts being itchy. Good, put it aside, go online, look at side effects of that particular product. Did anybody else complain about it? Now what we do is we go the timeline all the way a month back and walk step by step through this timeline until we reach that day. Whatever you find that's new, that changed, food, tick preventative, any application on your dog, any experience, even if it's minor and it's just whatever, it just was nothing happened, right? Goes on that list. And then you look at that list. Did anything of that happen before? No? Good. Then we make a circle on that. This is new, never happened before. That's our target. Okay? Now, if you have that list and you haven't figured out what it is and you still have that vet appointment and your dog is still declining, now he starts growling at you when you come to the room, he's declining when you ask him to do something and he starts growling at you, I would like you to give me a call and tell me, Roman, this is what's happening, this is my problem I have, I walk you through the process. Okay? So far, your dog is not aggressive. So far, your dog shows a concern, something that he wants to avoid, something he wants to stop happening, something he wants more. Okay? If a dog feels threatened in his environment, he eventually starts peeing and pooping in the house because he wants to mark his safe territory. That's not your dog want to be dominant or your family and he wants to take over your house. I don't know who came up with the idea, it's totally nonsense, it doesn't exist. Okay, it's a human projection for somebody who has no clue about animals and came up with the idea that dogs are dominant and want to take over your house. Not on the side. If the dog growls at you, it's not because he hates you, it's not he wants to give you a payback, it's not because he wants to get a divorce, it's because your dog sends you a clear message, hey man, I'm totally messed up, stay away from me because I have no control what I'm gonna do next. You want to respect that and you want to give your dog that space. Okay? Animals that are in that fear state, they are in that discomfort, they want their peace and quiet, even if you don't like it, but that's what it is. So if your dog wants to be on the couch, let him be on the couch because he feels safe there, he feels comfortable. So what we have to do is we have to keep away from the couch. Right? So keep the dog kids away from the couch. You can lure your dog away from the couch, but you have to give him an alternative option where he feels comfortable, that feels like the couch, but it's not your couch. That could be a pillow, that would be his bed in an area. Find another opportunistic area that your dog usually likes to hang around and your kids are not in danger and any other people walking in. So no doorsteps, okay? No landing space on the chair, on the staircases, no entry doors of the garages, somewhere where your dog is really isolated and protected from himself and from others. Again, your dog is not aggressive, it's an automatic fear response or automatically unhealthy response that we need to address. And until then, your dog is not guilty, your dog is not aggressive, all he wants is that thing that he feels like to go away. Okay? So medical condition and environmental factors are the likely cases that makes your dog behave that way, that came out suddenly or back to a month. Because some things just can add up. One thing and another thing and another thing, and suddenly your dog is in overload. So that is an emotional threshold and your dog doesn't like to be there, so he wants to stay out of it. Does it make sense? So, I don't want you to go deeper into that because from there on, the first attempt is to rule out medical conditions. And if you go to your vet, of course you need to make sure your dog wears a muzzle. Why would you put the people out there in a dangerous situation, even if your dog is usually fine with people? Now he's not. Now he has a discomfort. Now he wants to get rid of everyone. So, if you need that muzzle training, I will put it in that link in that conversation so you can go there and see how I do it to my dogs, step by step, all the way down. And in that particular case, I used the dog to attack his owner for putting his muzzle on. So we went the long route, introducing him the idea of the muzzle and what to do with it, and we went the whole length for the dog to get comfortable with the muzzle. Okay? So if you arrange the appointment with the vet, you want to make sure the vet is aware of the situation, and you want to make sure that your veterinarian comes out with your dog, meets them outside, and then you go inside. You don't just throw the vet at your dogs when he is in fear state in his compartment or in his healing room, because the dog has no way out, and the only thing he can do is being reactive and attacking that person, and you don't want to be part of it. Okay, so you have to be proactive and help your dog get safely in and safely out. So meet the people outside, tell them my dog is reactive suddenly. He's usually not. I don't trust him. I don't know what to do. You guys help me out. The veterinarian should not put your dog in a situation where he gets hurt or he gets traumatized because 5 people are jumping on your dog with all the collars and choke collars around him, trying to restrain him like a wild animal while your dog tries to survive. It's a survival response. So keep that regular and keep it normal, right? So if you have any questions, don't hesitate, send me a message. I need a picture, I need your dog's adoption history, I need to know where your dog is coming from, what happened, why he was surrendered. All this information I need to know, because if your dog has a PTSD response, you will not be able to go to the vet at that point, because we need to do something else before. Get your dog back to normal and then we go to the vet. Because the last thing we want is to add another trauma on top of the existing trauma. Does it make sense? So if your dog is less than a week at your house or less than a month at your house, again, give me a call. We need to find out what could happen and we go worst case scenario just to be safe. Okay? Thanks for watching. Please share or whatever, comment on that message or reach out to me on my Facebook page or Messenger, or you go to my website holisticdogtraining.org and then contact me through there. Thanks for watching and stay safe.